Hello everyone, this is Jay at Inspiration Masters. We are a communication leadership training institute based out of Irving with several locations for the youth group all across the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We also have a very interesting, inspiring series where we get an opportunity to meet the difference makers, the people who are making a difference not just in the Dallas-Fort Worth area but around the world. And today is no different. I have with me here Mr. Gopal Ponangi. Gopal, welcome to Inspiration Masters.
Thanks a lot, Jay.
Oh, thank you. So you have a busy schedule, and I'm glad you could find. Was recently elected as a board of trustees for the Frisco ISD. He's a long-term resident of Dallas and has been living here since the last 19 years. He's a program manager by profession, and he has a long record of serving the community. And I'll have to tell the name of the organizations here. I have, which are both local and national: the TANTEX, EKAL Sanatana Dharma Foundation, Vidya Daanam, the DFWICS, the TANA, the NATA, Frisco Education Foundation, Frisco Mayor's Indian Affairs Committee, to just name a few of them. And he's also the founder and president of Shubham Foundation, which is a non-profit which provides scholarship to seniors in Frisco ISD and supports the cancer clinic that provides free treatment for the patient with no insurance. So radio jockeying and long distance running are his hobbies. And he lives in Frisco with his wife Vijayashree and daughters Ananya and Anisha. So again, Gopal, welcome to Inspiration Masters.
Thank you so much.
So glad to have you here. And very recently, you got elected to the board of the Frisco ISD. Mm-hmm. So definitely there are a lot of members in the community who have joined you in that effort. And we want to find out what is it that's going on, and they all want to know what's going on. What is Gopal doing? And all of those good things, right? So tell us something about it.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, thank you, Jay, for giving me the opportunity to speak to you and to the community. Thanks to the Inspiration Masters, Deepthi, and everyone involved. What you are doing to the community, both the students and the adults alike, with respect to both communication and leadership skills, is amazing. Which is very, very critical aspect of each and every individual's life. And then, I really thank you for taking it up and doing whatever you can across the Metroplex, not just in one pocket of
Thank you so much. That's kind.
So
that's very kind.
I really appreciate everything you are doing. So from election standpoint, I thank the community for giving me the opportunity to serve them as a Board of Trustee for Frisco ISD, Independent School District. I think it's a great honor and I feel very privileged, and I would like to express my gratitude to each and everyone who has been part of this journey as part of this election process,
right,
and helped me get into this opportunity.
And we've seen you everywhere working on all of this, because there are so many organizations you're involved with, and so it was one of the obvious choice. Where people will not have to make a choice, like, okay, Gopal is there, we don't have to look for anything. So now you're in, and you have a lot of responsibility which just comes with the name itself, that you're on the board now. So tell the viewers something about how big is, because I know it's a big operation. Frisco ISD is large. There are so many things going on. So tell us something about that, and also, before that, I would also like to know about your motive. Why did you join to begin with? What is it that you are looking forward to?
Perfect. So how do you want me to answer? First about this.
First of all, let's find out about what is it that motivated you to go. Say, I want to go into the board. Like, what was the motive behind it, right?
Sure.
Because, yeah.
So I had passion towards education right from the beginning. And then even as a family, we are very much committed for education. My grandfather was a school teacher, and then he gave away one of our homes back in India for a high school.
Oh,
so that is our commitment to the education. And I've been part of several initiatives, non-profits like EKAL Vidyalaya and Vidya Daanam and Frisco Education Foundation, where there's continuous giving back to the community in some form or the other. My own foundation, Shubham Foundation, provides scholarships to the outgoing students. Then I had opportunity to be part of the Frisco ISD's Programs and Facilities Evaluation Committee. I was part of the Long Range Planning Committee. So I've been engaged in the space of education for quite some time. and then it was a very natural progression for me to do something in a official capacity.
No, that is true. Yeah, I mean, when you say so, from your grandparents, okay, that is very natural. Then you already have it in the genes. That is very interesting.
Yeah.
So what is going to be the real role, and how both ways in terms of the size of the organization, and what is going to be your role as a trustee, and what is it that you'll be functioning on a day-to-day basis, or things like that?
Sure. From a size standpoint, we are one of the largest school districts in Texas. In Texas, we have about more than 1,000 school districts, and then I can say that we are in the top 20 of the 1,000 school districts, 1,000 plus. And from the number of schools standpoint, we have about 72 campuses, 10 high schools, 17 middle schools, and 40 plus elementary schools. We have 3 specialty centers, the career and trade center, CTE, and then we have the early childhood, and then the student opportunity center.
Right.
And we have about close to 62,000 students as of today.
Right.
And
I saw the numbers and said, wow, that's huge numbers, and you're planning to go to about 70,000 in the next few years because of the growth of the
growth
city.
is promising.
Yeah.
We have more than 7,000 staff, which also includes teaching and non-teaching staff. And the budget itself is more than $500 million. So the size itself is pretty huge, and then it's growing. But other school districts are growing at an average of around 500 students per year. We are growing close to 1,500 to 2,000 students per year. Money Magazine has rated Frisco to be one of the best cities to live in the year 2018.
Right.
And I think that's resonating within the entire community, because we see a lot of people moving in from various parts of the country.
Right,
So we are very glad that there's a lot of interest.
Yes.
There's a lot of the movement to come here and then to be part of this this vibrant city.
No, thanks for sharing that information, because we need to have an idea that how big it is. When we say we knew that it is big, but 62,000 students, that's quite an undertaking. So what is that you will have to do on a regular basis? Like, you would have to arrange for well-structured planning with 1,500 new students.
Yes.
It is like adding something like a small ISD every year.
Yes. So just to give you some background from a school board member standpoint, board of trustee standpoint, we are more like a board of directors of a corporate company.
Right.
The regular operational work is done by the superintendent and his staff. So they are the ones who are running it on a daily basis. And then we are in an advisory role. So one of the main responsibilities is for us to evaluate the superintendent and then set the goals and then make sure the superintendent is following through. And then, as a board of trustee, the board's responsibility is, if they think that the school superintendent needs to be replaced or anything, then, that's when they will jump into action. But fortunately, we have Dr. Waldrip, who is an awesome person.
Right.
So we are all very fortunate that he is at the helm of the affairs from a superintendent and operations standpoint. And a couple of other roles as a board, what we have is to approve the budget, that the annual budget that the CFO will put together, and then once it is approved, then adopt a tax rate so that we'll be able to feed the school district with the appropriate finances.
I think you got that approved. I was talking to Ram, and you have all this steps taken.
Yes.
Which this year I think is going to go down a little bit in the tax.
It has already, in fact, in the recent time, we have reduced by 10 cents.
Okay.
And so average homeowner should have a relief of around $300 or something like that, depending upon the value of their price.
Yes.
But it's mainly because of the House Bill 3 that was passed in the state legislature early this year. So that has pumped in a lot of money into the public education,
Right.
which is percolating down to a school district
No,
level.
that is good, and I think that was good that you took the lead to see that you can get advantage of the funding which is coming in.
Exactly.
So that is really, and the proposal was passed. I think the bond, which was everything was passed, and
Yes, that
set.
passed in last
Yeah.
November. The community has wholeheartedly supported the bond and TRE.
Right.
And then
Awesome.
after that, we had the HB3, and then now we are in a good shape, where we are now moving forward to see what best we can do.
Right, I see the numbers and I said, wow, that's very impressive. You're building so many new things which are going to be useful for the students in the coming years. So one of the questions I would have is, because the changes which are happening are quite large. And the way the AI is moving, we are going into virtual reality and augmented reality and self-driven cars, and also a lot of interest in space. So how are we adjusting? Because that is coming up. It's coming up way faster than we thought, or it's going to come that fast. How are we adjusting at the school district level? Because that's something which will fall into your responsibility, part of the
Yes.
to adapt it, to be proactive rather than reactive, to see that, hey, how we get our students up to the mark.
Yes. So I have a few things to say here. First and foremost, we had a very good leadership, both from the administration standpoint and also from the Board of Trustees. We had a good legacy of nice, good leaders which had shaped the school district the way it is today.
Right.
So I'm thankful to the services rendered by a lot of these individuals. And another important thing is, the job that my grandfather did, my dad did not do. And the job my dad did, I'm not doing. And then whatever I'm doing, my kids will not be doing.
That
So
is
the
right,
change is but natural.
Right.
And we all are very, cognizant about it.
Yeah.
And then, we are taking steps. For instance, we are very fortunate to have a career and CTE,
Right.
Career and Trade Education, Technical Education Center, Trade Center with us, which provides a variety of
Right.
programs that are available for our students, especially the high school students. And we also understand that there's a lot of changes. Just like you have said,
Right.
like AI and other things. So from a future ready standpoint, how are we putting programs together
Right.
that will enable them to be future ready? So we have our goal is to ensure that the students are collaborative, they are communicating, they are responding. So all these things that are the
Right.
characters that are needed for a future ready program,
Oh, that is
we are incorporating so that they are able to respond
Yeah.
and embrace the changes that are going.
That is so true, and I think you're strengthening entrepreneurship programs, and you're working on special education and mental health areas, and all of those are your focus areas in there.
Yes.
Also, I was part of with you with the IF talks, the Inspire Frisco talk, and I think all the roundtables which are going on to see that to bring the industry as well as the education and the colleges together.
Yes.
So I think you're bringing in a UNT campus or something.
Yes, UNT is there. We already have their presence, and then we have their new buildings coming up very soon. So in the next couple of years,
Right.
we will have a lot of activities from education space standpoint.
Right. So that is really great and good to hear from you, because since there were so many people involved with the election process, I really said, okay, that will be great to have you here, and we can hear straight from you directly that what is actually going on the ground. So that's thank you so much for sharing that information. Again, Gopal, on behalf of the entire team of Inspiration Masters, we thank you so much and greatly appreciate the information you provided.
Thank you so much.
Before you leave, I want you to give a piece of advice, if you can, as well as your contact information, because since you're leading, there might be a lot of people who will be looking for some information. So if you want to address and tell something about that.
Definitely. So once again, thanks to each and every one of you for watching this interview. I appreciate the time you have taken to understand what we are doing at Frisco School District. My advice, more than advice, my request, I can say that, if somebody is not already participating or engaged with the community, especially from a school district standpoint, I request you to do it, whether it can be through a PTA or through several programs that are offered. The school district has several committees that they will need help. The Frisco Education Foundation will always need some volunteers who can come and then contribute. Plus, at the same time, it gives an opportunity, a window for each and every person to understand and then the school district and then be part of it and then do their best thing. We have a few programs like Incubator EDU, YEA, Young Entrepreneurs Association, and then ISM, where we are continuously looking for community members, community leaders to come and provide their expertise, whether it is in communication, whether it is in leadership, whether it is as a doctor, as a dentist, as a lawyer. A lot of things are needed. In fact, YEA has some programs where they will need some industry leaders to come and speak about e-commerce or so many things, how to start an organization, what are the financial responsibilities, how to go about them. So many things that each and every one of us possess. They can take the Frisco School District and the connected organizations to give back. So that's a very good way. My contact information is, my cell phone number is 214-868-7538. And my email is there on the website.
And we'll put it up on the interview too, so everybody will have an access to your email. So that's good.
And once again, thank you so much for this opportunity to get back with the community, and thank them for giving me this opportunity to serve each and every one of you.
So we're looking forward to leaders like you who are just not something going out, but you're going out and doing the things and making things happen. So we're looking forward to that. Again, everyone, thank you so much for watching. And do not forget to subscribe the YouTube channel so you do not miss any of the interviews here at Inspiration. Also, you can like the page on Facebook to get all the information. Thank you for watching. I'll see you back in a week.